Welcome back to another episode. Today's topic is building blocks. Why building blocks? Because building blocks are atomic elements that everything in this world is created out of. You may not get that. Let me make it simpler for you. Building blocks are the simple, basic starting pieces of whatever you think of or what you want to create. So think about Legos. Legos, the one toy where you can build anything. Legos are just building blocks. You can get them in different colors, different shapes, different sizes, but all they are building blocks. And from that, you can create anything that you want. So that's a building block. Why am I talking about building blocks today? Well, if anything that you can think of is made of a set of building blocks come together to form some type of structure. And if all things are made of building blocks, what process is actually going into making whatever you can think of from a building block? So the stronger that big structure is, the better those building blocks actually come together to make that structure strong. So why am I talking about that today? Like, I already know about building blocks. Why is that important? Well, building blocks come together to create your foundation. So the moment you came on this earth, you were instilled with certain beliefs, you had certain life experiences, and they all came together to form you now. So all of those represent building blocks that came all together to conform the complex structure, the complex being that is you. And so that's a foundation, right? So the question is, do you know how that foundation actually come together? Do you know why you believe certain things? Do you know how your life experience have actually shaped you? Well, if you know that, that's incredibly powerful because you know exactly what was required to build your foundation. Now, everyone wants to have a strong foundation, and I'm a big proponent of having a strong foundation, but that's not the only proponent I'm a fan of. I also want you to know what went into creating your foundation, so if you need to build it, rebuild it, or repair it, you actually know how to do so. And you might be thinking, well, why is that important? Well, based on who you are now, you might actually have to fundamentally change to become the person you are meant to be or become the person you would want to be. And so to do that, you actually might have to change what your foundation actually looks like. You may have to change your belief system. You may have to change what experiences you're taking on. You may have to change your environment. You may have to change your network. There may be so many different things that you have to change. In order to do that, your foundation's not going to look the same. It's going to be different. So you might actually have to dismantle part of your foundation and rebuild it with something else. So in today's episode, I'm actually going to physically show you how a foundation can be taken apart and put back together and what the building blocks of it actually represent. And so my goal with that is for you to see sometimes why it's actually important to be able to take apart your foundation, to examine it, and to figure out what you actually have to do to put your foundation in a better place to get you to where you want to be. So hope you enjoy this demonstration. You may not be seeing my face. It might be cut from the neck below, but you'll hear my voice. So hope you enjoy. All right. Welcome back to another video. Today's topic is building blocks. As you can see, I have a building block right in front of me. This is one of those cool wooden puzzles, and it is together. It is solid. What happens when something is solid? You have a foundation. When you have a strong foundation, it can take a jolt, it can get twisted, it can get turned, it can get dropped, and it stays together. Now, this particular foundation is made up of a lot of small pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing apart to see how it actually works. So let me figure out where we have a moving piece here. Okay, it'll come to me. Haven't found it yet, but I think I'm close. Alright. This is in there pretty good. Alright. It'll come to me. So here's the other thing. When you have a strong foundation, it can be very hard to pull it apart. Oh, I found the piece I was looking for. Alright, now I will be able to pull this thing apart. Oh boy. Alright. Get in there. Alright, gotta get some pieces out first. There we go. Oh! It fell apart. Now, what are you asking was holding this foundation together? Well, a building block. Now look at this building block here. You got a piece of wood, Then you have 2 nubs here and here. Now, something special about this puzzle is that each piece has a purpose, and each nub also has a purpose. It provides support. If you don't have support in the right places, the foundation will not be strong enough. So, we're gonna build this puzzle. We'll call it the foundation, brick by brick. So I have my first brick. I have my 2 nubs. I'm gonna use those for support. All right. Have my next brick that also needs support. All right, now that's not going to be very stable, but I had to make sure that every nub serves its purpose. So each nub has to actually provide support. So I'm also going to do the same thing on the other side. Had to put a nub in here. Oh, hopefully that'll stay up. All right, helps to have a steady hand doing this too. Make sure supported are in the right spots. Okay, have that there. Now like provide a little bit more underneath so nothing falls away too easily. Part of the building process. Okay, we will make this one face this way. I'll bring these together. All right. And it makes it a little bit easier to put some of these other pieces in place. Oh, gotta make sure I orient the right direction. See, I already made a mistake here. Gotta make sure that that's providing support like that. This is providing support just the same. Okay, all right, now these pieces, I don't need those there anymore. Okay, now, as you can see at the first level here, we're getting some support. Now I'm holding this in place, but it's still not there yet, so I need to keep going. All right, so let's see, we'll get support in here. Support there, yes. Support here as well. Okay. All right, a little better, but again, still got to keep going. All right, so keep going with the support piece. Straight down. I don't think this is gonna work. Some support pieces I'm missing. Okay, so that tells me I did something wrong. I'll tell you why. So my pieces on the edges here, they can just slide right off. So I gotta change that around a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to flip these over. Okay. Even though this might slide around a little bit more, should be pretty good. Okay, now, try my pieces again. Piece, piece, piece. First time I was trying to do this, my wife asked me something and everything fell apart. So sometimes it helps to have a little bit of concentration in place too. All right, I think I'm getting close here. Okay. All right, this is where I had to do a little bit of engineering. All right, can you stay in place, please? That may not work as well as I want it to. Okay. Oh, that's right. Aha! Gotta hold it right here. Hopefully that'll stay. And one more piece and we're almost done here. All right, now the secret is if I flip this thing over, will it still break apart? No, I did it right. Strong foundations, strong foundations. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will definitely have plenty more, but this one's building blocks. When you have a strong foundation, your foundation can take a couple direct hits. Well, I had a piece that wasn't supposed to slide out there. It's only got one nub. But that is the cornerstone right here. So, you put your foundation together in a strong way, where everything is supporting everything else. As you can see, I'm flipping around, you're just getting that. And nothing will fall apart. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Looking forward to you in the next one.